Grand Rising, good people. You've heard me talk about the Danson and Serah Kiundi Foundation. The website is kiundifoundation.co.ke. Um, it is meant to help people overcome certain challenges in life. The most important one is intervention in education. And of course, as they say, charity begins at home. So the idea is to start a pilot within Dundule Primary School, where I went to, where and many of my siblings, actually most of my siblings. I think only 3 of 9 of us did not go to Dundule Primary School. So it's to do a pilot program to see what we can do to help the students who are in that school. Because that is generally an area where there is a heightened level of poverty. So you find, many problems, but we want to see if we can try to alleviate some of them in a way. At the same time, when you come across a problem and it gives you an issue, once you solve it or you manage to contain it, then it is only usual for human beings to try to pass on that knowledge. I've been talking about my journey with cancer for a long time and helping people, advising them. And of course, the book that I wrote has got a big chapter on how I did it. So, in a way, it is telling people, these things can be done. And so the idea is to kind of do screening for cancer, early screening for cancer, because one of the lessons that I learned is when cancer is diagnosed early, it is treatable. In fact, it can be, completely, it can be completely put in remission, and somebody can continue the normal life. So one of the things that I, as a foundation, would be to have camps for cancer screening, again in a small area, because the foundation has no resources. In fact, what we are trying to do is now to get resources. And one of the interesting things is if you go to people who fund programs, they want to see that you've done something so that they will build on what you already built. They will not help you to do foundations. That is musingi, what is called musingi by builders. You need to do the foundation, you need to do the building, you need to do a bit of furniture, then they can come and now add that. So what we've been trying to do in the Danson and Serah Kiundi Foundation is to raise funds directly. And the thing we thought was to do an online auction where people can win stuff, common use items. We've got a gallery. Once you go to that foundation, you'll be able to see what we have. So what we normally, the way it's supposed to work is that you go and bid. You make a bid for the item that you want, among other people. So the one who bids highest then gets the item. The minimum bid, of course, is 100 bob. And then let's say like if something is 1,000 bob, so we put it on the auction for 1,200. So once we get the 1,200, we will get the item. We will buy from wherever it is and send it to the winner, and we are left with the 200 shillings now as a fundraise, as a fund to be able to do those the interventions I've just mentioned, what we want to do. So this is an appeal to you that you can go. Okay, this is how it happens. First of all, you go to Play Store, Google Play Store, you download our app. It is called Bidisha app. And then once you install it in your phone or on your laptop, it's Android. We don't have the iOS one. So once you install it, then you open it and it will guide you. In other words, it will show you what is available. We have put them in various categories. We have households, we have got electronics, we've got vouchers, we've got books, lots of things. So you just browse through and then make your bid. And that way you will help us to raise some funds so that we can be able to start a program that is going to help people in a small area as a start. And then eventually, we believe that once we show that we're actually doing, we show some action, that we're actually doing what is right. And we expect to get supporters from wherever they are available, and so that we can now cover a wide area. But as I said, charity begins at home. So Bidisha app, you download the Bidisha app from Play Store. You install on your phone or on your Android laptop. Once you open it, it will show you what to do. It's a very simple thing. Open, look at whatever you want, choose what you want, bid for it. It gives you a pop-up. You put your phone number, you put the amount you want to bid, and then press, and you get an present. They put your M-Pesa PIN, and you send the money. You'll get an acknowledgement SMS from the Danson and Serah Kiundi Foundation, and then you wait. And so, as I said, it is the one who makes the highest bid who will win. As usual in any auction, that is what really happens. So, my appeal to you, help us to help people. Thank you and have a great week.